lifting up one and pulling down another. Psalm 75, 5 through 7. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. Leaders must not get the big hair or be puffed up, or as this scripture says, lift not up your horn on high. Right? Be careful when you do that. Because when you put your head up, you become an easier target for the enemy. Huh? And so we can't do this, because then our confidence, it then becomes resident in ourselves rather than leaning on God for all that we need. It doesn't matter what victory you experience. It doesn't matter what victory you can testify about. You still got to lean on the Lord. God sees that Saul will now fully walk in his faultiness. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Saul will be Saul, meaning that Saul is no longer going to do it God's way. Saul is going to do it his way. Well, we could say that today, innit? Huh? How many are truly willing to do it God's way? That what God says in his word, that's what I'm going to live by. I'm going to abide by it. Matter of fact, God, I'm just going to love your presence so much. In other words, love your glory, that I'm going to allow your glory to have full impact on my life. Saul's going to do it his way. Hence, in verse 1, we read this. And it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare. Let me pause right there and say something. So it's going to be a fight going on. Okay? Always. To fight with Israel. And Achish said unto David, know thou assuredly that thou shalt go out with me to battle, thou and thy man. The church of, we don't get it. The church of the living God will always have an enemy. You know, so if you can't handle an enemy, if you can't handle people talking about you, if you can't handle people, you know, writing comments on Bernice and Facebook about you, don't stand in the front of the battle line. You know, my advice for you, sit in the overflow, don't get in the camera. See, it's something about, again, having confidence in God. And so in this day, the enemy is the Philistines. Today, the enemies are those of the Philistine mindset. Mindset. Same people, same group, same mentality to come against God's people. And if they can get to the leaders, this makes their job quite easy. Oh, yeah. Hence, again, in verse 1, God is preparing his leader because he knows that Saul's going to lose him. So, you know, let me go there. They're saying, Trump needs to step down. Put Pence up. They're trying to, I mean, I could come local, You know, we had a leadership change, and some people want a leadership change now. What the photogenic Premier Michael Duncan, very photogenic indeed. But, you know, we want a leader. I'm going to keep on. Because I got a lot to say in the text today. Now, listen. Remember that at this time, David, listen now, this is key. David was run out of the palace. Saul had taken the javelin and was trying to kill David. So David had actually taken refuge in the enemy's camp. Achish was the captain of the army of the Philistines. He nursed the fighting ability of David and wants David to fight for him against Israel. You've got to get that picture that in verse 1, David is actually in the enemy's camp, but he's run away from Saul, so the enemy's like, man, we got the best fighter with us. David, We're going to fight against Israel. And my boy, Ace Boy, brah, you're with us. Oh, my God, sometimes the enemy thinks they got you locked in. Huh? Oh, Lord, let me carry you on. Oh, Lord Jesus. Look at David's response. Verse 2. Bible sweet, sweet. David, watch it. And David said to Achish, surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. And Achish said to David, therefore will I make thee keeper of mine head forever. Oh, the promises, like campaign promises. Election promises. Listen now, let me make it plain, both local and overseas. Don't you go believe in what all these people are saying and promising you. It's election time. It's madness. It's the silly season. Everybody promises you what you want to hear. Bunch of liars. I'm carrying on. David did not say yes or no. He simply said that in a time Achish would know what he would do. Achish took that to mean that since David was there and with him right now, that David would fight for him and he would be saved. He didn't really know who David was. But I understand who David was. David, his name means beloved. When you are the beloved of God, you may have to be in the enemy's camp for a minute, but you're not going to stay there. When you are the beloved of God, God will use your enemy to keep you alive, but make sure that you understand that you're not to fight on behalf of your enemy. God will keep you in the enemy's camp because he's going to use you a little later on. Don't get too comfortable in the enemy's camp. Don't believe all the accolades your enemy gives you. Don't do all the high-fiving with your enemy because